Well, summertime is over, or at least it is officially. Some of you may be still having some summer weather, and we have some days coming up where we're going to get some summer weather one last time, and then it's going to drop back down into some true fall temperatures. And I have to admit, I'm pretty excited about it. And so, kind of as one last hurrah here, I'm going to go over the 10 summer fragrances that got me the most positive attention and feedback this year. So really think of this as a way to kind of, go out with a bang and just talk about summer fragrances one last time before we have to put all of these into hibernation. It's crazy to think you're not going to see really any of these fragrances pop up for a good probably 6 months or so, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of upsetting too, but it is what it is. So I will provide links to these down below to discounters, so you can get them at prices below retail. If I reference prices, that's where they're going to be. A couple other housekeeping things really quick. I'm going to try to run through this quickly. Community tab, I'm posting deals, rare and discontinued stuff every day. Lanweed's Alone Bleu Electrique, Dior Own Parfum, all over there. A lot of you guys have been able to really capitalize on that stuff. Final thing, I started a YouTube Shorts channel. If you like short form content, check that channel out. I didn't want to spam all of it on here. Nothing's changing here. Still long format content every day. But if you want to see some shorter videos, then check out that channel. Let's jump right into it. Starting off at number 10, Bulgari Manwood Neroli. It's a really nice mass pleaser. Super easy to wear, very fresh, and ultimately, you'll find the reason why this one is so successful in terms of mass appeal is it's very uplifting, and it's a fragrance that inspires happiness and a good mood. The way the Neroli mixes with this kind of sugary, sweet citrus accord really gives this one like a late spring, early summer just pop. It really smells like the good mood that everyone has when you're finally out of a long winter hibernation. Very uplifting, very enjoyable, very clean and fresh, and it's just a great mass-pleasing scent. It doesn't quite have the high-impact DNA of some of these other heavy hitters that we'll get to, especially in the top 5, but it still will get you some positive feedback. This one's also discontinued, by the way. Use a number 10 link down below to get it for the best price currently. It's not going to be around forever. Number 9, Tommy Bahama Set Sale St. Bart's. If you want to go in an affordable route here, and you only have about $20 to spend on a very tropical smelling scent, this would be the number 1 that I recommend you. So again, $20. You get lime, tequila, and sea salt in here. It literally smells like you're sipping a margarita on the beach. I mean, it doesn't get much more summery than this. It's very tropical, very Mediterranean, very uplifting, and another one that inspires just a really nice, positive summer feeling. Just has that personality about it. And because of that, this is one of my go-to vacation fragrances, even if I'm not going to the ocean or to the beach, but if I'm going to the lake or any other sort of summertime vacation that we like to take, I still bring this one along because it inspires happiness. And it's one of those fragrances that will get you compliments solely because everyone that's on vacation are usually going to be in a great mood. They're going to smell an uplifting tropical scent. They're going to look at you and go, man, you smell amazing. You smell like a good time. That's what this one does. Number 8, we have Les Parfums by Yves Saint Laurent. This one has really climbed the ranks for me. It started out with the expectations of me not liking it at all, just because I thought it was going to be super, super cookie cutter. And while this does fit into a similar genre as a lot of other scents, basically what this one does, though, is it takes the original L'Homme DNA and then mixes in a little bit of a YSL EDP smell. So you get that kind of traditional masculine, gentlemanly smell, but with a little bit of a fun, playful, blue fragrance twist. But it doesn't go too far in that direction. It is a middle ground, and it smells very, very pleasant. Like I mentioned, each time I wear this one, each time I smell it, I like it more and more, and it's almost becoming one of those guilty pleasure scents, because part of me is like, man, I shouldn't like this as much as I do, but I do, and it's a great mass pleaser. Number 7, we have Prada Lunarosa Ocean. So what I like about this one is they're introducing iris into the mix and also still sticking with somewhat of a blue fragrance twist here, or trend rather, either one. But what I like about it is the iris accord, is the aromatics, the lavender, the clary sage, that sort of thing. is familiar. You know, it could kind of fit into somewhat of a YSL EDP DNA or a Ralph's Club DNA, whatever you want to call it, right? With some other bits and pieces and inspiration from other fragrances. Nothing new or groundbreaking, but at the same time, they were able to take inspiration and then create their own twist. So boring to a lot of people. It's not super exciting for me, but it is very pleasant, and you really can't deny that it's just a big mass-pleasing scent. You know, Prada, they're usually going to stay on that side of things. Take a look at Prada L'Homme, take a look at Prada Carbon, all the Lunarosa Sports, right? They're all mass pleasers. They're all very wearable. This one is no exception. Flying into number 6, we have Gucci Guilty Parfum. So this is a new release as of this year, but actually a couple months ago it became available on discounters. So I will drop a link down below. I encourage you to use discounters for this one because as we get more and more parfums, the retail price of said parfums are going up. I think this one was retailing for like a ridiculous $159 or something like that. You can correct me if I'm wrong, 150-ish for 3 ounce, 90 milliliter, not even a full 100 mils. And you're looking at near $200, you know, closer to that than not by the time you factor in tax and shipping. So needless to say, it's getting out of hand. You can get this one now on discounters for like 104, 109 or something like that for 3 ounce. So still not cheap, but much better than that retail price. Now this one has orange blossom, it's got clary sage, and I've described this one so many times, I've featured it a lot, but there is truly something different about this one that I can't put my finger on, and it's one of those situations where you gotta smell it for yourself. It's just such a different take on a fresher DNA, and has a little bit of a sweetness, but it has this kind of tangible bite and texture to it that I haven't smelled in any other fragrance in general. Like seriously, it's one that's truly addicting. It's one that I can't figure out. It's one that I'll sit here and smell all day, and it frustrates me because I can't quite pinpoint what it is that's different. I don't know how to describe it. And I think that's why I'm drawn to it so much. Not only do I love it, but it's also a big mass pleaser. And you know what? Even though this line is very popular, this parfum stands out. Gets a lot of attention. At number 5, a nice little cheapie here, or borderline cheapie. It is Missoni Wave. So basically this one is a hybrid of a couple bestsellers from a couple huge brands. We're talking Versace Pour Homme, you know, $45 scent, 100 ml. Chanel Allure Homme Sport, which is 105, 110 for 100 ml, something like that. So the Chanel, you can't really get discounted. You're paying that $100+. The Versace discounted rate's 40, and it basically takes the super bright and semi-floral and citrusy aspects of the Versace and then combines in some of the sweeter, richer tonka bean, creamy aspects and kind of the orange of the Chanel. You get the best of both worlds here. You know, I've always been big fans of both of those. There are days where I wear the Versace. There are days where I'd wear the Chanel. I would wear the Chanel on cooler days when I want something with more substance. I would wear the Versace on the opposite when it's blazing hot. But now I have the option to get both of those combined into one, also at a price that is still very affordable. It's kind of neck and neck with the Versace. Some days this may be a little bit cheaper by a couple bucks. Other days the Versace might, depending on where you're shopping and just what the prices are currently and discounts. But again, both of these are still cheaper than the Chanel. And so the fact that you can get some bits and pieces of the Chanel in this one without having to pay that price makes it a winner. And it's a big compliment getter. Number 4, one that kind of shocked me. It's Davidoff Cool Water Parfum. It's got pink pepper, good dose of musk in here, cat hair or something on that. I don't know what that was. And a good amount of grapefruit, citrus, kind of a rosemary herbalness here. You know, for me, it's much better than the Eau de Parfum Intense. It's miles better than the EDT, and I'm talking quality and performance and scent profile and everything. This is kind of my favorite cool water. I've never been a cool water enthusiast. Even some of the flankers, yeah, I like them okay, but they've never really won me over 100%. But this one I can really respect, and I think it's very well done. And there's no denying that it's just a mass pleaser. The whole Cool Water series is. Let's not be foolish here. They're all great mass-pleasing wearable scents, especially the EDT. It's known for that. I don't think you could get a single negative comment from wearing Cool Water EDT. But if you want something in the same vein, but a little bit more interesting to you, the wearer, and just something that's more refreshing in terms of not the same DNA that's been out for years and years at this point, and you want to stick with the Cool Water, this is a great way to go, and you're going to get positive feedback. Breaking into the top 3, these are big heavy hitters here. Really the whole list is, in my opinion, I mean, I look at these and these are all big compliment getters. The top 5, it gets even more crazy, and the top 3 is like top level. Here, I'll put it this way. If you want to be 100% sure that you're going to get positive feedback and compliments next summer from fragrances, of course, shop in these top 3, and you are almost 100% guaranteed. I'm not going to say fully 100% because, look, that's just unrealistic, but if you want the best possible chances to get noticed and get feedback, it's this top 3 right here. These are going to work for you consistently. It is Ressassi Havas breaking into the top 3. Plum, watery notes, ambergris, bergamot, all of that good stuff. Invictus Aqua DNA, this is where it started, and it's the only one that's still standing. They're the only one that's making this one now. Invictus Aqua 2016 and 2018 are no longer being made, so this is all you have. I like this one the best. Usually it's going to be the most affordable. When it's in stock, you're looking at about $40, maybe $45, sometimes closer to $50 for 100 ml, which is still much more affordable than the Invictus Aqua counterparts, even when they were in full production. So affordability is great. Performance is amazing on this one. Just gets the job done. It's an 8-10 plus hour scent. And it's another one of those fun, uplifting, carefree, happy smelling fragrances. I love this DNA, and so does everyone else. I'm telling you, man, this top 3 is crazy. At number 2, why Parfum? Now, this could have been a tie because I wore the EDP a good amount as well, but I kind of shifted heavier towards the Parfum because it was new and I was just really enjoying it. I love how this one turned out. You know, it's still playing very much on that DNA with the apple and sage and lavender and amberwood, but it's going even richer without getting too awfully sweet or too overbearing, but it just is more interesting to me from a scent profile standpoint. And also performance is still top level with this one. The EDP is great. This one's great as well. Fills a room, will project hard, will just last for hours and hours. It'll get you through an entire day full of fun, no problem. And I mean, this type of DNA is unbeatable. This is YSL's crack at a blue fragrance. Every other brand has one. YSL had to do it. Started with the EDT, of course, then the EDP, whatever. But this DNA in general is what is kind of their goal to do, and they do it in an amazing way. I really like this one. I wear it over Sauvage anymore, which I do wear Sauvage, or used to wear it heavily. I gravitate towards this one more. It's kind of just one of my go-to blue fragrance DNAs these days. It's awesome. Now, number 1, this one here really did amazing. And it's another one of those situations where it could have been a tie, but I don't keep track of things like with the spreadsheet. So it's just kind of going off of memory here, and also just going off of what I wore the most, you know, statistically. Fragrances that you wear the most are going to end up getting you the most compliments usually because it's having more time on your skin. And I always wear this stuff heavily, Acqua di Gio Profondo. And this could have been a tie with the EDP, the new EDP, because I also hit that one heavily this summertime. And so you could put that in there. Both did amazing. You really can't go wrong with any of the Acqua di Gios for compliments in the summertime. I would go for Profumo, Profondo, or the EDP. Anymore, I would skip the EDT. Still an amazing scent, but, you know, it has been ran through. Go for one of these flankers. You're not going to miss out. And, you know, I always have to point this out, I feel like. But this is my backup 200 ml, which doesn't have much missing. I do have another bottle that I typically wear from. But I do spray this one from time to time, whatever I can get my hands on quickest. And hey, for the video, I like showing the big bottle. Just looks cool. So it's got mineral notes, orange, sea notes, It's a unique take on an aquatic, and I always say that, but I really can't stress it enough. If you want an aquatic scent, but you're bored of the typical aquatics, this is the one to go for, at least if you're talking designers. But it's still mass pleasing. You could go super unique with your aquatic and go for something like Orto Parisi Mega Mare. For those who know, you know. And you're probably thinking, yeah, if you want compliments, don't wear that fragrance. And you're exactly right. If you've smelled that fragrance, that's the last thing you want to wear if you want compliments. But you'll see people say, oh, all aquatics smell the same, they're all boring. Well, they do often run together. And if you want something different, Orto Parisi Mega Mare is great, but don't expect anyone to think that you smell good. That's just the reality. Most of us here who are watching this channel want to smell good for people around you, and that's when you go for something like this. It's a great scent, great quality, great performance. It's my number one. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for me. The summer fragrances that got me the most compliments this summer. Let me know down below which ones worked the best for you, which ones did you pick up, which ones did you wear the most, all that stuff. I'll see you over on the community tab deals every day. I'll see you over on the shorts channel, shorts every day. Yay, right? Short form content. Seems to be what everyone likes now. I'm not very good at making it. I'm going to try to improve. I do better at long form content because I've been doing this for years, but stick with me. I'm going to try to make some engaging stuff over there for those of you who want, some quick, fast-paced fragrance content. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.